Hola, bienvenidos. Me llamo Alexa. Can you tell I watched the Bad Bunny Bowl last night? Hello, everyone. My name is Lex. Welcome back to the Live, Laugh, Lex podcast. I said that out of order. I normally say, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Live, Laugh, Lex podcast. I'm your host, the one, the only Lex, aka Lex Ped. That's better. Hola, bienvenidos. Me llamo Alexa. Yeah, what's up? Happy Monday. It is Monday, February 9th. And here's the thing, real quick, before we get into anything. I filmed an episode last week. I have it. It is filmed. It is edited. It was a train wreck. It was absolutely a train wreck. Full disclosure, I was in a shit mood last week, a really shit mood. I was going through it. Life was lifing. I got a wrench thrown at me essentially, and it really did me in. And I was like, you know what? The show must go on. And I did it. I recorded it. There was literally a point in the podcast where I had to step away for 10 minutes. Like I left the camera rolling and I had to just take a breather. I had to step outside. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to post this. It wasn't the good vibes. It's in the archives. It will probably get released one day, but it is absolutely in the archives. And so I apologize for not posting last week. But we're here now. We're here now, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling as good as I can. Let's just say that, because boy, am I on the struggle bus. It is so cold, and it is really, really, really affecting my mental well-being. I'm holding on by a thread. I'm doing as best as I absolutely could be doing for the circumstances at hand. This weekend in New York City, if you don't live here and if you're unaware, it was the coldest temperatures we've had all season. The wind chill made it feel like it was negative 20 degrees on Saturday night. So how could anyone possibly be happy and feel good in that kind of setting? I think we're on the up and up now. Today's going to be a balmy 32 degrees. Let's hear it for 32 degrees. I think that's the first time in weeks that it's hitting over 32 or hitting 32. There's no way that this is like going to go on. This has to be the end of it. Like I really think, I was looking at the weather next week. I think we're going to be like 30s, 40s, which it's the fucked up part of the winter when you're like, ooh, it's going to be 40 next week. It's going to be 37 next week. Like, I really hate it. I got to get out of here. And even if I don't move full time, I need like a condo in Florida. I'm speaking that into existence. And by speaking it into existence, I mean, I keep asking my parents, when are we buying a condo in Florida? Because I need a getaway. I need a getaway, especially this month for me. Work has been slow. Well, not this month, January more so. January has been so slow where I could have taken a few days and flew on down to Florida and just had some R&R, some rest and relaxation time. So we're manifesting that. We're gonna get our ducks in a row. We're gonna get my money up. I was just thinking this morning that I am always so torn between saving my money, paying off the debt that I have, which is consumer debt, which that just reminded me, I have to check my student loans. I have very minimal student loans. I went to community college, if you don't know. I don't know if I've ever talked my college journey. Real quick, we'll go into that. It's kind of fun. So my dream school was University of Tampa. And I'm from Staten Island, and usually everyone from Staten Island ends up going to the College of Staten Island. And that was my vow. Like, I am not going to the College of Staten Island. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to the University of Tampa. And the reason why I picked the University of Tampa was because Tampa, one, beautiful city. At that point, 2012, when I had graduated, I was going to Tampa once a year to go see the Yankees do their spring training down there. And that had a big factor in my decision. Also, the fact that Tampa has all major sports teams, so I could have seen my favorite teams play down in Tampa. I'm sick. I'm really sick. So I picked the University of Tampa, and I was so excited. Fall 2012, I went down there. I drove down there. I should have took the omen for what it was. I started to get like a little sick, and my moms really do know best, and I kind of hate that. She was like, you're getting sick. I know it. Let's go to the doctor before you leave. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. Sure enough, I ended up getting sick. We drove down. It was a shit show. We drove through a tornado. Our windshield cracked on our car. I moved in. That was the first time I was ever on my own, obviously. And it was a dorm that I shared with this girl from Wisconsin. She was very much giving white girl, like, oh yeah, like I love Wiz Khalifa and smoking weed. But she wanted to be a marine biologist, like totally just one of those like Midwest white girls. Um, and in my dorm, there was a shared bathroom with the girls next to me. One of them, she was from Tampa. She was actually really cool. She was really cool. Her name was Hannah. Shout out Hannah from Tampa if the universe wants to bring us back here. And the other girl, she was from Boston. She was a bitch. I called her Boston bitch. Like she was just stuck up, not nice. So I move in, my family goes home, and I'm feeling sick. I'm feeling sick. Like I'm not going to any of the, orientation stuff. I'm fighting for my life. I'm in the nurse like once or twice a day getting nebulizer treatments. I can't breathe. And I'm just so miserable. I'm homesick. I don't feel good. I end up calling my mom out of nowhere. And I was like, Mom, I'm booking a flight. You have to pick me up at JFK in a few hours. Long story short, I go home. I'm pretty sure I went right to the hospital and I had mono. So that's why I was dying. So I was sick for quite a few weeks. And I was like, yeah, no, I can't do this. I can't stay here. And these fucking girls, my roommates, they're like, when are you coming back? Like, if you're leaving, like, we need to find a new roommate. And I was like, I'm kind of dying. So I eventually went back. My mom and I flew down and I had a car down there and we did not want to drive back because I don't know if you've ever driven to Florida, but driving to Florida from New York, it sucks. I'll never do it again. I can't say I'll never do it again because I did drive across America. So I'll be really hard pressed to do that again. But we finally went back. I got all my shit. These girls ate all my snacks. My Pop-Tarts were all gone. I was surprised my PlayStation was still there, but we packed the car up and there is a train. If you didn't know, there is a train just outside of the Orlando area. And I forgot the name of the town. And there's a train. It's called the Auto Train from Amtrak. You can load your car onto the train filled with stuff, which we were thinking about how we can get my car back because we didn't want to drive. And a lot of the car carrying services, you can't have anything in your car because of insurance purposes. So this was one of the only ways we can kind of ship our car back up north, filled with all my shit from college. So we put the car on the train, the auto train, and we get this little cabin room. It had a little shower, the smallest bathroom I've ever seen in my life. It was like a toilet and a shower, and like you could sit on the toilet and like be in the shower. There was like a fold out bunk. So we board this train 4 p.m. from Florida, and it's a fun experience. They have like a dining cart, a movie cart. They have turn down service. They come and make our beds. It was a little scary. I was on the top bunk and they kind of like strap you in so you don't fall. And in the middle of the night, when you're on this train speeding past another speeding train, man, that's a fucking wake up call and a half. So we're on the train. The train takes us to Lorton, Virginia, I believe the name is, right outside of DC. We're there at 8 a.m., so 4 p.m. to 8 a.m. It's honestly not that bad. And then from DC, it took us like 3 or 4 hours to get home. And that was my University of Tampa journey, which is how I ended up in the College of Staten Island, the one place I did not want to go to. But you know what? I'm so happy I did because I don't have student loans. This is where it all ties in. I don't have student loans. And I didn't really want to go to college to begin with. So my mom was like, listen, I will pay for your loans. But one semester at College of Staten Island was like, I don't know, $3,500, which some of them were paid out of pocket. So I don't have many loans, but I do want to see how much I have left because it will be a glorious day when I no longer have to pay that bitch Sallie Mae. If you know Sallie Mae, tell her I fucking hate her. Tell her I fucking hate her. I have a personal vendetta against Sallie Mae. I also have a personal vendetta against Easy Pass, which we'll go into another day. I'm on one. Bless my heart. 10:41 on a Monday. I am going into work today, which I never do on a Monday, but I have a younger cousin. His name is Jake. Jake was my younger cousins. I have older cousins. My first cousins are older than me. My mom is one of 3, and she was I don't want to say the accident, but she was the accident. I believe my uncle and my aunt are like 15, 20 years older than my mom. So my first cousins are a lot older than me. They're like 40, 50. Like I think they're both in their 50s. So their kids are in their 20s and I'm closer with them. So my oldest of my youngest cousins, his name is Jake. Jake was the first one. I was 7 when Jake was born. So he was like this precious fat little baby. And I love Jake. Me and Jake have gotten really close over the years. Me and Jake also have a Snapchat streak. I need to pull up this insane Snapchat streak we have. Me and Jake's Snapchat streak is 2,673 days, which let me pull into Google. How many years is 2,673, I said? 2,600. It's approximately 7.32 years. So me and Jake's Snapchat streak is going on 8 years, which is insane. But I fear I can never let go of Snapchat because of that. So Jake was one of my test dummies when I was in barber school. And I'll never forget, there was one day, one of my older cousins, she's actually a hairstylist. She used to do my hair. She was a little bit of an inspiration of me getting into the hair industry. And I just thought it was cool how she was going against the grain. You know, my family was very, I guess, like traditional-ish. And early 2000s, you know, my older cousin, I'm sorry, doing hair, being a hairstylist. And I know that it was not like super well received, but she made a career out of it and she's doing really well. She's been doing hair over 20 years. So there was one day when I first started cutting hair, it was summer 2018. That's when I started hair school. And I had gone to my cousin's house and I was giving my cousin Jake a haircut in the dead of summer outside. And my older cousin Gina was kind of showing me, mentoring me, like walking me through the haircutting process. And then Jake was sitting out there for 3 hours getting a haircut in the middle of summer. And because of that moment, Jake will always get a free haircut from me whenever he needs it. And he lives in Jersey and he comes to Staten Island to get a free fucking haircut. And I love that for me. I love that for him. So Jake asked me if I can give him a haircut on this very Monday. And I said, anything for you. I don't think he knows that's why I give him free haircuts. I think he just thinks because he's like, young, early 20s broke kid, but it's because he was my test dummy for quite some time. So I appreciate that. So yeah, I'm popping into work for a little bit. Which I'm kind of not mad about. I want to like get out of the house for a second. And oh my God, I have to see. So if you haven't tried it, if you haven't heard, Starbucks has new matcha flavors. And if you don't know, I'm very much on the matcha kick. I fucking love matcha. I'm a big strawberry matcha fan. My order is a venti iced matcha latte from Starbucks with a few pumps of vanilla and classic syrup and oat milk. And I get strawberry cold foam on top. If you haven't tried strawberry matcha, you are doing yourself a disservice. And I need you to go and get one today. Even if you don't like matcha, I'm not a matcha person. I like sweet. I don't like dirt. Strawberry matcha is where it is at. So with that being said, it's sold out. With that being said, Starbucks came out with new matcha flavors. And one of them is banana bread matcha, which I love banana bread, but I can no longer really have it because I'm gluten-free. So the other day when I had gone to my local Starbucks, my sister Amanda, shout out Amanda, my sister's sister-in-law is actually the manager there. So I got my matcha and they actually fucked it up. There was no strawberry cold foam. So I had to wait for them to fix it. And Kelly, her name is, was like, did you try the new matchas? And I'm like, no, what new matchas? I kind of saw, but what are they? She was like, the banana bread one is so good. It sold out so fast. It sold out everywhere. And I had to order so much of it. So you're not going to tell me there's a new matcha and it's so good and everyone loves it and me not get it. So that was, I believe, no, not Friday. Thursday? Maybe Friday. I'm not sure. Last week. And I had to go to Target that night after work to get a few things. And there's a Starbucks in Target. And I know for a fact, whenever things are sold out everywhere else, Starbucks and Target is tried and true. They're more expensive, which if you didn't know, they are more expensive because they're not owned by Starbucks. They are franchised out. But I went to my Target run. It was late at night. It was like 6 o'clock at night. It had to be Friday. I think it was Friday. And I'm like, let me just see if they have the matcha. So I go into Starbucks. Sorry, my phone just lit up. I have to flip that over. I need to not look at my phone while I'm doing this podcast because that's why last week I went to fucking hell because I got a brutal text, which doesn't even matter now. If you know, you know. So I went to the Starbucks and I was like, do you have the banana bread matcha? She was like, yeah. And I was like, can I have a tall? And I got it. Holy shit. Holy shit. That thing changed my life. And I don't typically like Starbucks, like pre-made set menu drinks. Like I tried the Dubai chocolate matcha. Not a great fan of that. The banana bread matcha from Starbucks did something for my soul. It doesn't even taste like banana bread. I don't know what this thing tastes like. Starbucks, I don't know what the fuck you put in this drink, but the banana bread matcha, oh man. So now I'm obsessed, but it's still sold out everywhere. So that was Friday. And I was also a little scared to get a matcha at 6:30 at night, but I had to. And Saturday I went to work. From the second I woke up Saturday, I was like, I have to go to Target after work and get a matcha. I have to get the matcha. Did that, drank it so fast, even though it was 5 degrees on Saturday. And now this is all I think about. And it's still sold out. So I fear I have to go to Target again after I go to work in a few minutes and get this fucking banana bread matcha. Oh my God, I can't believe how good it is. Coffee break, which, speaking of coffee matcha, Chobani came out with a chocolate covered strawberry creamer, which I know some people are going to be like, ew, strawberry chocolate and coffee. Yes. Yes. Absolutely yes. Last year, I believe it was International Coffee? I don't know. One of those coffee creamers. Coffee Mate, International Delight, maybe. One of them. They did a random collab. You know how they do like drink collabs with Love is Blind? And the flavor was chocolate covered strawberry, which I had tried, which strawberries I only started recently eating, like within the past year or so. And I love chocolate. I'm a big chocolate girl. So I was like, chocolate and strawberries, my current hyperfixation has to be delicious. And boy, was it. Boy, was it. I was devastated when it was like a limited run thing. And I had been seeing now that Chobani Creamers has a chocolate covered strawberry. So when I was at Target the other day, I bought it. And it is so, so, so good. I only use, because Creamer One is so bad for you. And for a little bit, I was like, oh no, palm oil. Like I should get the healthy creamer. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I'm going to have the palm oil. Okay. I use 2 teaspoons, literally 2 teaspoons of creamer in my coffee for a little something, something. And then I put regular milk in. Holy shit. That's another thing. If you have not tried the chocolate covered strawberry creamer from Chobani, do yourself the favor. Ugh. Oh man. I don't think I've taken a breath. Let me take some water actually, because my coffee is done and I wish I had more. I make a cappuccino every single morning. I love my espresso machine. It's not a fancy one, but she does its job. I actually just upgraded my coffee setup and I got for Christmas a coffee bean grinder. So I've been freshly grinding my beans every single morning. Does it make a difference? I don't know. I put sugar and creamer and milk in it, so you really don't taste the coffee, but I think it's good. And I like the art of making the espresso. So, yeah. Um, but yeah, I guess I don't have much to say. Oh, I forgot the other day. I'm showing the camera. If you don't know, I now post video for my podcast. Check out my YouTube, Live, Laugh, Lex podcast. So I'm visually showing my Owala bottle if you are an audio only listener. And she's dented. I've had my Owala for years. If you don't know, my Owala is my emotional support water bottle. I do not go anywhere without this thing. It also doubles as a weapon because this is 32 ounces. And when it's full, it is heavy. I've had it for years and years and years. And I've actually kind of surprised at how well she's held up. But the other day, I was getting out of my car and I was holding it. And sometimes my hands do these things where they just like release. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, release them. And my hands just let go. So I was getting out of the car and I swung my bottle, turned out of the car and I just yeeted my fucking water bottle onto the ice, onto the concrete. So she is battered and bruised. I have to get a new one, but she's holding strong. She literally traveled the world with me, this Owala bottle. Not me getting sentimental over a water bottle, but it's actually 2 years ago. this time, February, that I had done my trip to Australia. And I it was one of the worst times of my life. I went to Hawaii, had a great time in Hawaii, but my trip to Australia that was supposed to be a dream, my eat, pray, love moment was quite the opposite. It was actually a cry, be sad, and starve and be sick moment. I was so miserable. I actually I didn't post, I'm sorry. I actually took like a 20 something minute vlog in Australia because I had gone to Australia to kind of like soul search, find myself. I thought I was going to find the love of my life there. Like she was an Australian girl. I was going there because I loved the Mary Kate and Ashley movie. Our Lips Are Seals were there in the witness protection program. And I thought Australia was going to be this dreamy, mystical, beautiful place. I ended up getting sick. I was by myself. I overshot my plans. I was supposed to be there for 21 days. I ended up cutting it short. I was so sick. I was sick from the moment I touched down. What is with me getting sick when I'm supposed to do these big life things? Mind you, I don't get sick, knock on wood, really ever anymore. I really take good care of myself. I take my vitamins and I get my rest, but man, whenever I'm supposed to do these big life things, I get sick and I get wiped out. So, yeah, today marks, not today, but this time marks the 2 year anniversary of me having that was a really like a come to Jesus moment. I had a lot of time to myself to think. And I used to be the typical shit's hitting the fan. I'm running. I'm getting on a plane. I'm getting out of here. There was one year, it was 2018. I was so just all over the place. My emotions were not regulated. I couldn't regulate my nervous system. And anytime that shit hit the fan, I got on a plane and I went to fucking Disney World. And I continued to do that for a few years and it worked. And I thought that, me going to Australia was going to solve all my life problems. Only for me to fly across the world over, what is it, 24 hours of plane travel, for me to fly across the world and realize that everything I have and I need in life is right here at home. So that was something. I spent a lot of money on that trip just to be like, I love my home. But sometimes you got to go through it. It was a canon event. I could not interfere. So it's the 2 year anniversary of that. I'm actually thinking of going over that vlog post, the journal entry that I did, video journal entry, and maybe posting it and sharing it because that was a really deep moment and really introspective moment. But yeah, so February is a very like I don't want to say sentimental time, but kind of a sentimental time. I do a lot of things in February because it's so cold, so I usually get out of New York. But also 8 years ago this month is when I started barber school. So that's always puts me in my feels. And it's like, damn, I can't believe it's been 8 years. That's insane that I've been doing this for 8 years. And I don't think I give myself enough credit with how far I've come. Like I became a business owner in 2022. Yeah, this is my 4th year. So I became a business owner in less than 4 years of being licensed as a barber, which I think is an amazing feat and not many people can do. So I'm always in my feels in February. I usually go away in February. Valentine's Day is coming up, which I talk to a lot of men. Obviously, my job is being a barber. Time check. Okay, we're good. I got to wrap it up. But I talk to a lot of men with my job. And I can't tell you. I always ask because I'm a big Valentine's Day girl. I'm a lover girl at heart. I'm a hopeless romantic. And I do the grand gestures and I don't just wait till Valentine's Day. I do it all year round. So don't give me no bullshit. Oh, why would you? It's just stupid. No. So I talk to a lot of my men and I'm like, oh, I got any Valentine's Day plans? And they're like, no, I don't believe in that shit. And I'm like, well, what about your wife? Oh, she doesn't believe in it either. If your wife or your girlfriend is going to sit here and tell you that she doesn't like Valentine's Day, it's made up, it's because she's indoctrinated by shitty men who have never fucking given her a Valentine's Day. And I will die on that hill. Any woman, if you give any woman flowers or take her out on Valentine's Day, she will love it, regardless of what they say. I'm a woman. I'm a woman coming from a woman. If they're like, no, it's okay, I don't want to do anything, take them out, take them to dinner, get them flowers, write them a card. It's not that hard. I don't care what you think about it. I don't care if you think it's bullshit. I don't care if you think Valentine's Day is a social construct made up holiday. I don't care. Take your woman out for Valentine's Day. I don't want to have to tell you this again because it's the truth. And for me, I spoil my ladies all year round whenever I'm dating someone. So if you're telling me I have a day, a designated day where I can really show up and show out for my woman, why the fuck wouldn't I do that? Why wouldn't I do that? I also think I'm so desperately wanting to be loved that maybe that's why I put so much into other people, because I'm like, I just want this in return. But that's not the point here. The point here is take your fucking woman or your man out on Valentine's Day. There's no harm in it. There's literally no harm in it. Like, it just fucking just lean in. Just lean into it. Oh God. Anyway, that's this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. Kind of. My Valentine's Day will be delayed this year. That's a long story, but maybe we can unpack that one day, which is part of the reason why last week I was a little bit of a hot mess. But we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about it. And yes, I'm absolutely throwing shade to you. You know who you are. So yeah, let me wrap this up. I got to run to work. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this, please rate this 5 stars. Give it a thumbs up on YouTube. Again, if you're not following me on YouTube, Live, Laugh, Lex podcast. I am having a lot of fun doing this. It's getting me through the winter for sure. We're almost there. Thank you so much for listening. You could have been anywhere in the world right now listening to anything, and you're choosing to listen to me bullshit for almost 30 minutes. So I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you want to drop me a message, you can DM me on Instagram at LexPed, LEXPED. You can follow me on TikTok at LexPed2, number 2 at the end of LexPed. And if you want to send a message to my website anonymously, lexped.com/podcast. I thank you so much for listening or watching, and I will see you next week. Live, laugh, Lex. Bye.